football playoff rankings. Alabama stays at number 5. The rest of the top 4, they remain the same. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Clemson. And number 4, Georgia. Meanwhile, Vanderbilt announced that Derek Mason will be back as coach, despite the team going 2-8 so far this season. Also, the status of quarterback Tanner Morgan, uncertain for number 11 Minnesota's game at Northwestern after back-to-back sacks in the last game, put the sophomore in the concussion protocol. All right, from the NFL, the Dolphins released running back Mark Walton. He was arrested allegedly for punching a woman who was pregnant with his child. The Browns have placed starting safety Morgan Burnett on IR with an Achilles injury. All right, turning our attention now to the NBA. We still have 2 games in progress. Third quarter, Lakers up a bucket on the Thunder, 65-63. Thunder have started this second half on a 10-2 run, so they're right back in it, trailing the Lakers by just a basket. As for the Kings and Suns, they're in Sacramento, and the Kings are up a dozen, 95-83 in the fourth quarter. Devin Booker does have 22 to lead Phoenix. Warriors are now 3-12. They beat the Grizzlies 114-95. Alec Burks had 29. Meanwhile, Carmelo Anthony made his debut in a Blazers uniform. He scored 10 points in 23 minutes, but the Blazers lose to the Pelicans 115-104. College hoops, number 7 Virginia. They beat Vermont 61-55. Cavaliers now 4-0. Number 4, Kansas beat ETSU 75-63. Number 6, Maryland's now 4-0. They took care of Fairfield 74-55. And number 8, Gonzaga now 5-0. They beat Texas Arlington 72-66. All right, on the ice, Avalanche beat the Flames 3-2. Wild 4, Sabres 1. Blue Jackets skate past the Canadiens 5-2. Panthers beat the Flyers 5-2. Bruins 5, Devils 1. Islanders 5-4 over the Penguins in overtime. Senators 4, Red Wings 3. Blues 2 better than the Lightning 3-1. Jets skate past the Predators 2-1. Hurricanes double up on the Blackhawks 4-2. Stars 6, Canucks 1. I'm Jay Berman.
This is Bill Ryder, and we're your source for everything NFL. We are CBS Sports Radio.
Grab your controllers, grab your keyboards, grab your friends.
Because it's time to squad up.
PC Gamers presents Squad Up. Now join the comms with Clutch Key, K-Tad, Brad J, and Coltoon 2000.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 7 days, my voice has returned.
Has it really, though?
Yes, it has. Can you tell? You can't tell that my voice is
I
back?
think you gotta wait, bring your level up.
Bring my level. You sure?
Yeah.
You want
Yes.
you?
Yeah, get on his level, bro.
Okay, yeah. I think you're good there. It's hard because we had to balance it out to like a dead Keegan last week. So
Last week it was a dead Keegan. This week it's a little bit of a different Keegan. Oh yeah, that's right. My voice is back. You can't try to imitate.
we can't
me
make
anymore.
fun of it anymore.
You can't. The joke is gone. Next year November though. Get ready for it.
Oh, this is an annual thing where you lose your voice?
It might be.
Can it be a semi-monthly thing?
It won't be annual. It'll be more than annual.
Well, if I come back from Louisville, then in April, then maybe it'll be semi-annual. So maybe
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, anyways,
Chat's like, who's this new announcer?
Let's go chat.
You know what? Why don't we start the show? Welcome everybody to Squad Up here on CBS Sports Radio. Also available on Twitch at ESPN_HNL. Also on CBSSportsHawaii.com and the free Sideline Hawaii app. My name is Keegan Clutch Kyoto. On this side, it is Coltoon 2000 Okimoto, James Raposaley, Brother J on the other side of the river alongside Kyler, K-Tad, Tando, and we are here with you. Show number 9, ladies and gentlemen, and we are almost in the double digits. Next week, we are on show number 10, so this is going to be exciting to go through.
They haven't pulled us off air yet.
I know, isn't it amazing?
Despite what we've done on the show so far, they have not pulled us off the air yet. So
We can do anything. We're unstoppable.
within FCC guidelines.
Anything is all right, but when talking about you, that scares me a little.
That's the question. All right, as we always do at the beginning of the show, we do our What is Esports segment, and K-Tad has the question for us on the floor.
No, all right. So, last week, Keegan wanted to show off a little bit. He was like, he had his NRG jersey with his name in the back, and he's like, yeah, he was just like trying to flex. So this week for What is Esports, we're going to talk a little bit
Oh,
about
I forgot to change.
industry parties and industry things in general. Because this jersey right here, no, we're not sponsored by Lenovo. No, I'm not a member of Lenovo Legion, but I just wanted to point it out. That's right. That's right. You see that name?
For the people that are listening on the radio, he
so-
just pointed in the back of his jersey because his name is on it.
Yes. So what is esports, right? So esports also includes this kind of overarching idea of the gaming industry as a whole, meaning that there's it's not just competitive gaming. It's also right coming together as fans or as just a culture of things to enjoy and collaborate on projects or on just things that we like to do. So for this event, when I went to PAX West 2 years ago or a year ago. It was about celebrating Lenovo, celebrating Intel's Gamer Days, and that's one of the things that we do in the world of esports is we celebrate our tech industry and the monumental figures that are among that.
Very cool, very cool. But I also like that you just did not even think about our radio listeners and just tried to show off on the Twitch stream.
We do a lot of things that's purely like the radio guys are like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's fine. The crown.
See, now if you visit the Twitch channel, you'll be able to see this all. You'll be able to comment, and we can see it as well. But
And what is that Twitch channel, Keegan?
See, I don't know if you want to see K-Ted flexing with that one.
Yes, you do. Twitch.tv/ESPN_HNL.
Yep.
Good job, boys.
Do it.
Good synchronization. All right. So, shall we get things started?
Let's do it indeed.
Lego.
All right, Lego, show number 9.
It's time to recap the week in esports. Get ready to strike the scores.
You know what's going to be weird about this strike the scores? We're not talking League of Legends this week for the first time in a while.
What?
League of Legends is not on strike the scores. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Instead, we start off with the PUBG Global Championships and the grand finals lineup. 16 teams have made it out, and they will try to be crowned the 2019 PUBG Global Champions. But right now, for the first time in a while, NA is on top of the grand final standings right now. Lazarus from NA is your number 1 team.
There's
2
the
teams from
jinx.
China, QM Gaming as well as 4 Angry Men, and TSM in 4th place. Global Esports Exit from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Mongolia region are number 5. Those are your top 5 going into it. We will have our picks for that coming up in a little while as well. Dota 2 MDL Chengdu Major actually underway right now. The matches are playing right now. Fnatic playing against Invictus Gaming as of right now. But in the groups, TNC Predator, Vici Gaming, Team Liquid, and Invictus Gaming. Yes, I said Team Liquid in Dota 2 are 2-0 in that records, and they are playing in their brackets right now. We will find out the final 8 coming up in a little while. Rocket League, the regional playoffs. NRG, that's right, NRG.
He's so excited.
NRG 4-0 beats Pittsburgh Knights on a sweep of 4-0, as well as Team Reciprocity in the EU beating Vitality 4-0 as well. Both championship games sweeps in the regional playoffs, and NRG and Team Reciprocity both playing in the World Championships, or at least qualified it. No surprise there. Smite World Championships and Paladins World Championships, part of the High Res Expo weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. Smite World Championships was a good one, but SK Gaming, SKG, would go ahead and beat everybody out and beats rivals 3-1 in the Smite World Championships. And in the Paladins World Championships, NIP, or Ninjas in Pajamas, beating the Pittsburgh Knights 4-2. Not a good weekend for the Pittsburgh Knights, apparently, in esports, as they get beat out in the final games of Rocket League and Paladins World Championships. Let's head on over to the local scene. Moanalua High School, by the way, on a bye week. But that leaves us to talk about the University of Hawaii Manoa Overwatch team in TESPA's preseason week 8. Team Z does very well. Team A is going to have to work on something here as they lose to the University of Alabama Huntsville 1-2 and the IUPUI Jaguars 0-2. So Team A goes 0-2 on the weekend. And on Sunday, Team Z looks so impressive. University of Pittsburgh beats the Panthers out of Pittsburgh 2-0, and the Michigan Tech University Huskies 2-1 in their matches, and that is pretty much it, and that will do it for Strike the Scores here on show number 9. And what a weekend of esports, especially at High Res Expo. That usually doesn't get talked about here, but High Res Expo is actually a very energetic place. It had the Smite World Championships. It was a great place. It was a great energetic place earlier, and for SKG to win, that's pretty impressive too. So let's go ahead and go into our top stories of the day, and we switch on over to Colton to start.
So, as we talked about last week, COD is starting their home games for a lot of the teams. They have 12 teams that are participating in the COD World League that starts in January. But with every World League, with every event that's held, there's tickets that are sold to fans, and recently there's been a little bit of an outrage that broke out about the prices. There's multiple different events at a ton of different areas, but the prices aren't the same for each event, and some of them are really high. Some of them being $75, $80 just to get in for one day.
Jeez.
Others being $50, $40 to get in for one day. So depending on the event, depending on what arena they're playing in, the prices all change. And I understand why, but I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that.
I mean, that's a little too high in my opinion. I think this if you're inviting people to this like the sports event, because I know Overwatch League does it like where it's like $60 a ticket back in the Blizzard Arena or $50, which makes sense. But to go out, I guess they want to make money, but I don't know if you would go this high because you figure that this is going to sell out all the time. So why make the prices that high?
I mean, okay, so here's my input on this, right? Because as somebody that has had experience with organizing events and stuff like that, their venue fee is something that always comes into play, and especially considering that for some of the bigger cities, you're gonna want to go into bigger venues, more expensive venues. I can understand why they have to charge more for certain things, but to me, I feel like it should be more so on Activision Blizzard to actually just, find the money elsewhere to make the cost even across the board, because this is exactly what's going to happen when you fail to standardize ticket prices.
Yeah, I think it's not having something that's like consistent across the board, especially when it comes to ticket prices. I mean, could you imagine paying like, I don't know, $300 extra to sit in the lower bowl of like a UH game? Like, to me, that's not worth it. Like $300 extra on top of that. Like, I get that there's a difference, but there needs to be more consistency there, I think.
Well, bear in mind too, isn't that the kind of prices that you had back at like Bruno Mars concerts or like the Snoop Dogg concerts as well? I mean, that's a different story, but we're talking about an esports event. Basically, what is a sports event? So your tickets should be lowered anyways. It's not like NFL prices or MLB prices, which are really high right now. This is an esports thing, and it should be standardized because it's under one company or one like Activision and Blizzard itself. It should be standardized.
Different sports. It's not different games. It's literally the same game, just a different city. Activision, you got to get on that.
Well, in other talks of money, I know James has a story about our Dota player.
So
Thompson.
I have a very interesting story here from
Not
Finland.
story time?
Not story time. A very interesting story nonetheless. I guess I don't know what they'd call story time in Finnish. I really wish I knew. That would be like
We should
right
have looked
now.
that up. How do
Google
you say-
Translate.
Yeah, how do you say story time in Finnish?
I'm not even gonna try. Anyway, so there's a Finnish Dota 2 player. His name is Thompson. I will not try to pronounce his actual Finnish name because I will butcher everything out of it.
Topias Mika Tavitsainen.
All right, we apologize.
We apologize to you, Thompson.
That was perfect. You're welcome.
But I don't think Thompson cares because Thompson was actually reported to have the highest earning athlete, or to be the highest earning athlete in 2018 in Finland. And the reason that we know this is because he paid, of all the athletes in Finland, the highest amount of taxes. So he pulled in about $1.87 million US, and in taxes he paid $1.1 million, which is a crazy
That's ridiculous.
tax amount. But you got to remember, Finland is very like about the healthcare and having everything for everyone. Finland is a great place
Right.
to live. A lot of your needs are taken care for already, so that's the reason why the taxes are so high. But that's just pulling in $1.7 million US alone for an athlete is the highest in Finland, which is crazy considering he's an esports athlete. And I'm sure there's Olympic athletes. I'm sure there's soccer club teams. I'm sure there's soccer athletes that play club sports in Finland. And that's kind of crazy to me that an esports person has now eclipsed that as the highest amount.
All right, so speaking of money, K-Tad's going to go the rest of the way here with some reports, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so it's a fun time of the year because Q3 reports are coming through, right? So this is the time of the year where we get to see just how well did companies do in that third quarter of the year, right? And so a lot of earnings are getting reported. So we're going to report on 3 different companies here going into this. The first one is going to be Tencent. So for those of you who don't know who Tencent is, that's the Chinese company that owns Riot Games. And they've developed other games that are very popular right now, like PUBG Mobile, as well as the Call of Duty mobile game that we saw earlier this year. So they have reported a net income of $2.99 billion, which actually is a decrease in income for them.
Wait, that's a decrease?
It's a 10% decrease from last year because last year at this time in this quarter they made $3.32 billion.
Hold on, I might pass out. What?
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Three
I'm
billion
offended.
this year, and they're down from last year. All right. The next company we're going to report on is going to be Allied Esports. For those of you that don't know, this is the kind of one of the local companies within North America. These are the guys that owns the HyperX Esports Arena out in Vegas. So if you've ever been to the Luxor recently and you saw that new arena, they are reporting about a $6 million revenue amount this year, which actually is the first time since they started in 2018 where they have actually gone down in the amount that they've made, like the amount that they've grown.
Wow.
Basically, so they've been growing consistently for a whole year and a half now, and this is the first time where they didn't beat their numbers by last month, like their growth numbers from last month by a lot, like the last quarter, by another like a margin. So basically, North American or just a homegrown organization, still growing, and it's still ridiculous amount how much they're growing. And the last one I'm going to bring up for you guys is Huya. So for those of you who don't know Huya, obviously you would have no reason to know Huya because
Huya?
that
Who?
who
Who you?
yeah
Who you talking about?
yeah
Who you talking about?
yeah
This is like the Who's on first, I swear.
yeah. So basically, what comes out of this is that Huya is the company that runs basically the Chinese version of Twitch, the Chinese version of Mixer. It's basically the Chinese live streaming service, right? And so they are actually reporting that their revenue is about 2.3 billion yen. So about $317 million is their revenue. So what they made for this last year, right? And that's kind of a big deal because basically speaking, their net income, I should say, was $17.2 million. So basically, these guys, Chinese streaming service is growing so big that they're actually starting to kind of creep in onto the Twitch territory.
All right, so those are your top stories of the week. More to come next week as well. But when we come back, our digital deep dive takes us in to the Oscars of esports. This is the Esports Awards coming up next, right here on CBS Sports Radio.
Go where the contractors go. Our Hale Ohana House Package collection now includes 5 ADU models. An ADU is a separate unit that can be built on your property, which includes its own kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Perfect for the kids moving back in. Call us at 808-784-4800 for more info. In Koloa, Kailua, Kapolei, Mapunapuna. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Honey, don't forget to call the electrician for the extra outlet, okay?
Yup, I'm going. I mean, he gonna get them done this week sometime.
Okay, everybody coming over for the game next week, so don't forget.
Yeah. You don't need to remind me with your every 6 months and whatnot, and baby, I like money. Come on. Can't do it PVC circuit breaker, bro. How hard could this be? I watched this on a YouTube video 3 times, 4, 5, 6 times already. I got this.
Honey, why is it dark? What's that burning smell?
Oh, you home early. Baby, I was trying to be romantic like that, eh? Yeah.
Oh, you did not try to do the outlet by yourself.
Be sure to call a licensed electrical contractor to get your electrical work done. Protect your home, business,
and Osbeans everywhere. Hey, honey.
IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
University of Hawaii basketball season is back. Rainbow Warrior and Rainbow Wahine basketball tickets are now on sale and available to fans to customize around your time and budget. Season tickets and individual game tickets can all be purchased by visiting hawaiiathletics.com or calling 944-BOWS. Be a part of the excitement in the Stan Sheriff Center this season for action-packed Rainbow Warrior and Rainbow Wahine hoops as both teams look to reclaim their Big West championships. We'll see you at the arena.
Hi, I'm Bobby Curran.
And we're the Sports Animals!
The Honolulu Star Advertiser Football Fever is happening now. We're giving away a Vacations Hawaii trip for 2 to Vegas every week. One winner will win a Big Green Egg Kamado Grill at the end of the promotion.
Match or beat the score of each week's winning panelists for your chance to win. Find the official ballot in the Star Advertiser every Monday through Wednesday.
For complete details, look in the Star Advertiser. Mahalo to Long's Drugs, Mercedes-Benz of Honolulu, Nom Nom Convenience Store, and Hawaiian Telcom.
What's up, Hawaii? It's UFC lightweight contender Yancy Medeiros here to tell you about one of my team members. Sports Travel Hawaii's always got my back, providing the best customer service, airline, hotel, and rent-a-car prices. I can always count on Sports Travel Hawaii to get me to my fights and training camps, as they're always in my corner. Call them now, 395-9541, or visit their website at sportstravelhawaii.com for all your travel needs. Sports Travel Hawaii, let our team secure a win for you. Chee!
Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is proud to bring you high school football on CBS Sports Radio. Every week, we'll bring you the best teams and matchups from around the state, culminating with the HHSAA State Championships, presented by Shopo. Also brought to you by Straub Medical Center, Hawaii Iron Workers Union, Lean 2 Financial, Castle Resorts and Hotels, Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, Hawaii Building and Construction Trade Council, PAXA, Hardware Hawaii, and IBEW Local 1186.
You're locked in to Squad Up, presented by PC Gamers on CBS Sports Radio and the Sideline Hawaii app.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Are we running out of dance moves already?
No, we were dancing. I'm trying to figure out the music. I'm like, you keep throwing us this random video game music, and I'm trying to figure it out every weekend.
Look, okay, when I hear Mario Kart music, it sounds really good. Okay.
Okay, that's what that was.
All right.
Okay.
If you played Civ 6 music, I would have got it. Just saying.
There is Civ 6 music.
Duh, it's the best soundtrack of all video games.
Okay.
Well,
Moving
speaking
on.
of decisions to make here, the Esports Awards Academy, I guess you could say, had to make a few decisions. And we are going into our digital deep dive, but it's a little bit different. We're not explaining anything this year. This year, we have something, or this show, should say, we have something special. That's right.
You actually got the music for this. Wow, I'm impressed.
We have the 2019 Esports Awards to talk about here, and great awards to be handed out. Let's start with Publisher of the Year from the Esports Awards. And in third place is Valve. Second place, Epic Games. Very interesting. And in first place, what we were talking about all I guess for the past 8 shows, Riot Games in first place for Publisher.
Yay! Congratulations.
I guess if we're going with our big Hollywood voices, in a Caster of the Year, in third place, it was Courage. Second place, Papa Smithy. And in first place, Henry G.
Congratulations.
Golf claps.
All right, so we're going to commercial partner.
Went to Hawaiian Awards all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, now you looking at the Nahoku Hano Hano
yeah. The Esports Nahoku Hano Hano Awards. For commercial partner, in third place, Red Bull.
We thirsty.
In second place, Intel.
We need new processors.
In first place, HyperX.
We need new headsets.
We'll take anything you give us. Really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yay!
And for console rookie of the year, Mo Alba in third place, a FIFA 19 player.
FIFA.
Aiden in second place, a Fortnite player. And in first place, a Black Ops 4 player from E United, Simp.
Ooh.
All right, very nice.
Black Ops.
I'm sorry. I've got the PC rookie, apparently. And in third place, Nyrox. Second place, Zywoo. But in first place, is there any surprise? Bugga, who won the Fortnite World Cup. So congratulations.
Congratulations to you, good sir. All right.
So speaking of wanting things.
Yes, speaking of wanting things, in hardware providers, so the guys that actually give all these esports people the things that they play with. In third place, HyperX. Yes, we'll take anything. In second place, NVIDIA. We need graphics cards. I need graphics cards. Please hit me up. And in first place, Intel, once again, for everything.
All right, up next is esports game. All right. Oh, no, it's not. It's Coach.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, I know how to read sometimes.
Sometimes.
In third place, Crowder. In second place, I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Coma.
Actually.
Coma.
Coma.
The
Oh.
SKT coach.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Anyway, I don't agree with that. In first place, Zonic. Yay, Zonic.
The Astralis, head coach of Astralis for CSGO.
Astralis.
Yeah.
All right, and now for the esports game, Rainbow Six Siege in third place.
Hey.
In second place, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Eh.
And in first place,
Come on, Overwatch.
what we've been talking about, like you can said, for the past 8 shows, League of Legends.
Yeah. Top
Okay, I
one.
also, how is that not Civ 6? Anyway.
Okay, calm yourself.
I don't think Civ 6 got even through the first
They
nomination
didn't even
round.
make it. They weren't even nominated.
Starting
by
my
the way.
own award show.
I think they may have gotten like maybe one nomination, but it got ripped up somewhere and thrown in the trash.
I'm sure if you pledge the Nahoku guys hard enough, you can get
Yeah, I'm
something.
gonna be like that SAG award. I'll just pick against the Oscars.
Esports personality coming up
the
here.
esports
And
personality of the
in
year.
third place, it is Ninja, who recently made his move on over to Mixer. Courage in second place. And in first place, Nade Shot. By the way, he has his podcast as well. You should go listen to that. That's pretty interesting to hear. But esports personality first place winner, Nade Shot. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Nate Shot. I think that guy deserves it. All right, next up, coming in for Team of the Year. In third place. Actually, we don't even need to talk about third place.
Excuse me. San Francisco. San Francisco.
Yes, it was the San Francisco Shock who won the third place Team of the Year. Yeah, exactly. You're correct. That was a good call, Colton. But in second place, for their multiple dominant victories of the year, Astralis in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And in first place, it was a League of Legends organization, but no, Leighton, it was not Team Liquid, as it was G2 who took Team of the Year for the Esports Awards.
Even though they lost?
Meme Team of the
They
Year.
won
It's okay.
everything
They
else.
won literally
They
everything
won
else.
literally everything else.
Fair enough. All right.
They're just Meme Team of the Year. It's okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so now we're moving on to PC Player of the Year. In third place, Simple. In second place, Perks. And first place, of course, Fortnite rules everything. Bugga. Bugga on.
I mean, when you're in the Guinness
he
World
did really
Records,
well,
yeah.
though. He did super well in that World Cup. All right.
And for the console player of the year, you have in third place Simp again, actually.
Mm-hmm.
In second place, K-Dot of Rocket League. And in first place, Sonic Fox.
Yay.
All right, you know what? We're going to do this in a different order because I feel like K-Tad doesn't want to make any jokes in this last one. So you want to do host?
No. You can do host.
All
You
right,
can do
I'll do
host.
host. All right.
I totally am ready for the last
here we go.
one.
Okay. All right. So, host of the year for esports, Nivey is first up in the third place section. In second place is how do you pronounce that one?
Shocks.
Shocks.
Woo,
Okay.
Shocks. Come on, Keegan.
Shocks.
Hey, Shocks is spelled Shocks.
Oh my God, get her on the show and flame
Shocks
him.
best girl. What are you
Get her
talking
on the
about?
show and flame him.
But in first place, no surprise whatsoever. He's been on Titan Games and also was the host for the Overwatch League Grand Finals. Golden Boy in first place. Well deserved in my mind, but
Yeah.
I know these guys aren't going to agree, but it's okay. I
No,
love
I
you,
mean,
Golden Boy.
it's always fun to see the host one because it's always a competition of Golden Boy and Shocks. Who's going to win this year? It's
Exactly.
always a competition. But all right, in our last one that we're going to bring up, there were other awards, but we only brought up the ones we thought we want to talk about. In what some would say is the ranking of Professor Layton's favorite esports teams, but in what is known as the organizations of the year going forward, it goes up in third place. 100 Thieves for their work, continuing in branching out to their multiple esports, right? G2 Esports for their multiple wins, not just in League of Legends, but also for things like Rainbow Six Siege, among other things as well. And lastly, although it very much pains me to say it, Team Liquid in first place for not only their North American dominance in League of Legends, but also things like Dota 2, things like Counter-Strike, among other things to say. So, congratulations to them for being the best overall organization.
Should we clap for this one or?
I mean, I guess.
I think this is the part where they start playing you off the stage.
Yeah, like the cane is coming out a little bit. It's
I'll
like
turn up the music a little louder here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
But all right, let's talk about this, guys, because we still got a few more minutes left. Is there anything that you guys are really proud or you're happy for anybody on here of like they deserved the win, they deserved their thing?
I'm happy, and I was told last week that, or I was told the other night that we shouldn't care about this one, but San Francisco Shock. Now, okay, again, this is
why am I not surprised
the only
at all?
Hold on.
The only Overwatch
mention
mention out of
in
this
here.
whole
Hold on.
entire thing.
That's exactly what it is. The only Overwatch mention out of this entire thing, and yet when Overwatch League finally comes into play, like in a 20-team scale, it finally shows up as this team was the best, and they pretty much were throughout all four stages. Now, granted, they weren't as dominant because they didn't.
Stage 3.
Huh? I'm not.
Stage 3.
Shush. Just because the Shanghai, never mind. But no. But one thing I do want to point out though is that publisher Riot Games in first place, I think, I don't know if that's a surprise or not to you guys because this came after the fact. This the Esports Awards comes after the fact that they announced all these different games as well coming out, like
Yeah,
the
no
mobile
surprise.
teamfight tactics. I don't think this comes as a surprise to us, but I feel like that if anybody deserves at least a good place up there in publisher for first place, Riot Games is going to be it if they can pull this off.
I mean, I'm more surprised to see Epic at second. Purely, you know what I mean, we all know why they're there because of Fortnite, but I'm more surprised to see that than I am to see Riot at first. Like, to me, Epic, they do good things, but I mean, their big hit it's their big hit. Like we'll see what they do with it a few years down the line. But
Well, I mean, if you look at it, right, they give the award for publisher, right? First and second is Riot Games and Epic Games. When you look at actual esports games, right, Fortnite is just not even on the list. You know, it's LoL, CS:GO.
Some
and
people would fight you about that.
But I mean, it just goes to show that like you can put out a good game, but it just might not be well suited for esports.
My surprise on this list, and this is of no offense to anybody that plays these two games, but based on their audiences and stuff like this, I'm surprised that R6 got third place. And this is again not a shot to anybody that plays R6 or anybody that likes R6 esports. It's just that based on audiences, I'm not too. It's interesting to say that. It's interesting to see why R6 Rainbow Six Siege is on this list for top 3.
I would agree with that, but I'd also look at CS:GO as well. As much as CS:GO has a larger audience, I would have put games like Overwatch. I'll give you that. Audience-based wise, I would have put Overwatch over at least one of these two games. But I do think that community-wise speaking, I can see why CS:GO Rainbow Six Siege built up this community. You
absolutely.
have such a large community, even if it doesn't show in Twitch numbers. I think it's really good for them.
I just love how you guys are like saying you're not taking shots at the shooting games only because you're afraid they're gonna shoot back at you.
Well, I feel like if we go online tonight and we play Rainbow Six Siege, some
I
team
would-
killing might be in the future for me here, but we'll see.
What's your gamer tag again? Sorry, I'm just curious.
Reveals it offline.
Yeah. But I mean, okay. One last thing before we go to break, though, I do want to say I hope next year we see a new host on this list. That's not Golden Boy and not Shocks because they've dominated this list, rightfully so. But I do want to see somebody new come to the throne.
For our massive audience listening out there, let's do our best to get K-Tad on this list.
Hey.
Our massive listening
Caster of the
audience.
Year 2022, I'm coming. Don't worry about it.
2022, man, that seems way far off.
Well, I mean, the awards are gonna be. I mean, you gotta get in there
Oh,
first.
you gotta
and
build
then,
your-
and
build
then
your
you build up.
portfolio.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
you got to get your nomination in there, and then they can't just rip it up like Civ 6, where they throw up the nomination and throw it in the trash.
Why you gotta do? Why you gotta do them dirty like that?
I mean, like all the 5 people that play are gonna get mad at you, so including me.
5?
I am one of them.
And he has a cone on his head too, so that's cautionary.
Yep.
Oh,
we gotta be cautionary of James. All right, we are gonna take a break. When we come back, we haven't done this in 2 weeks, but when we come back, King of the Hill is back. It's time to see who gets the crown coming next show. And if you are a PUBG Global Championship fan and a Dota 2 fan, you might want to stick around. This is Squad Up right here on CBS Sports Radio.
My name is Bobby. I'm a veteran and lost my leg to a roadside bomb. My victory was going from a wheelchair to becoming a weightlifting champion.
I'm Sam. I'm a veteran. My victory was finding a career that I could be proud of.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Football fans, in sports there are winners and losers every single day, but we've got a tip to help you gain the insight each Friday starting at 12 noon. When you need to know what's happening with injuries, players, coach matchups, and stats, tune in to the Friday afternoon lineup that will keep you informed and up to date with the various football matchups from 12 noon till 4 p.m. And Saturdays, get your sports information at 6 in the morning. Tune in for the action and give yourself the football advantage.
Wet Okole's annual holiday sale is happening now. Hawaii's premier source for top quality seat covers is holding its holiday mega sale with huge discounts on in-stock and pre-ordered custom seat covers. Enjoy great deals on accessories, rear seat storage units, and more at Wet Okole's annual mega sale. It's the perfect gift for the friend who loves their car or truck. Wet Okole, 1727 Dillingham Boulevard. Don't miss out on these great prices. Sale ends on December 23rd. Not valid online or through a manufacturer. Restrictions apply.
The best in hoops action is just a quick island hop away. 8 of the premier teams in college basketball are headed to the Lahaina Civic Center for the 2019 Maui Jim Maui Invitational, set for November 25th through the 27th. See BYU, Chaminade, Dayton, Georgia, Kansas, Michigan State, UCLA, and Virginia Tech compete for the Wayne Duke Championship Trophy. To purchase tickets, visit MauiInvitational.com. Brought to you by the Maui Visitors Bureau, Tommy Bahama, the Westin Maui Resort and Spa, and Continental Tire.
5914 Who's got the best deals in Vegas around? Call 5914 today. Vacations Hawaii. Vacations Hawaii. Vacations Hawaii. Good luck, we go play. 5914 today. Good luck, we go play.
AT&T now presents the new mobile events Ready to Go channel in Hawaii. AT&T Mobile Events is the only service that delivers free smartphone promotions to everywhere you live and work. Come see for yourself on site Monday through Friday at locations like Dillingham Plaza, Coco Marina Center, Stadium Marketplace, Micronesian Mart, and so many others. Just mention this commercial and you'll instantly qualify for one of the free phone promotions today. All from the new mobile events team in Hawaii. AT&T, more for your thing. That's our thing.
You're listening to Squad Up, presented by PC Gamers on CBS Sports Radio and CBSSportsHawaii.com.
There's way too much build-up on this one, King.
Oh, come on.
We're all just waiting for it, like, yep, come on.
We all know the song already.
I mean, there's so much build-up, though. All right.
Because the build-up is good. Welcome back to Squad Up on CBS Sports Radio.
Such an aggressive opening.
And on Twitch at ESPN_HNL. And the choice of music is back here on the board. My name is Clutch Key. And K-Tad and James across the river. Brother Jay along with Colton on my side of the board. And we have... show number 9, and we're already getting down to the down and dirty parts of this. All right, well, we have our King of the Hill segment. League of Legends is no more. World Championships are said and done. Fun plus Phoenix BG2. We all know that's gone, but right now, as it stands, we have a PUBG Global Championship and a big pot at that to go for these teams. Now, 16 teams remain, and in our King of the Hill challenge, by the way, we have to pick 4 teams, and you get points based on their top 16 placement. Now, it'll work like this. If your team lands up in first place, you get 16 points. Second place gets 15. Third place gets 14, and all the way until you get to 16th place, which is worth 1 point. Now, you can also challenge this with us, and this will be posted up along tomorrow as well. We're going to try to do this so that more people can enter in. So we'll post it up on our social media. You can follow us up on Squad Up HI on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you can tie or beat us in these challenges that we're about to give you, there's 2 parts to this, so we'll explain the second part. If you can tie or beat one of us, or the leader among the 4 of us, I feel like nobody's going to get over 30 points here, but if you can tie or beat us here.
Relax. That's only like first and second.
That's a bit hard.
Yeah, no, that's definitely doable.
Right. But if you can tie or beat the leader here, you will win a free day pass on us to PC Gamers Hawaii, located in Aiea. So you want to be able to play for that. And that, again, on our social media page at Squad Up HI on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we've had a lot of people follow us on Instagram as well. That's pretty good. Thank you to our social media guys.
Thank you to everyone that follows us there. But yeah, so like King said, there is 2 parts to this. So the PUBG one is your biggest amount of points that you can get, because there's 2 major tournaments this weekend, right? It's PUBG Global Championship and the Dota 2 Chengdu Major. So $2 million plus tournaments. So that's why we're doing our King of the Hill this way this week. So that gives you guys a little bit more chances to match us or better us or beat us even. You can trash talk us all you want on social media.
Yeah, you know what? If you can beat all of us, you are more than welcome to trash talk us on social media and in the Twitch comments. So who knows?
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Indeed.
So let's go ahead and recap the 16 teams inside the top 16 of the based from the semifinals. So NA's actually got 3 out of their 5 qualifying teams. Lazarus in first place, and then in China, QM Gaming in second, 4 Angry Men in third, TSM in 4th place, which makes
They're a European
the
team,
KTAD
though, which is weird.
Yeah, the 1 out of 3 European teams, 6 of which qualified, but only 3 in the semis. But TSM in 4th place. Here's one for you. Global Esports X at 5th place out of the Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Mongolia series there. And VC Gaming out of China in 6th. W-Click from Latin America in 7th place. You really don't hear Latin America in esports too often, but they are there. Temple Storm from the NA in 8th place. Genji from Korea in 9th. How about this? Korea gets 10th and 11th based on OG and Entis Force and Ace in 10th and 11th place. Navi in 12th place from the EU. Genesis out of the NA in 13th. The Rumblers, Southeast Asia. And Southeast Asia only has 3 qualifiers, but they are one of them. And they are landed in a 14th place. T1 in 15th from Korea. And FaZe Clan EU in 16th. Those are your 16 teams from the PUBG World Championships. Let's go around the block here, and let's start off with the one who wore the crown the most times this season. And we'll start off with... No, don't put it on. You can't put it on. We haven't... Oh, my goodness.
I'm just showing it.
There's the crown. There's the crown at stake.
Yeah,
and
you might as well show it off because you're not going to see it again.
Ooh, this guy. All right.
I didn't say I was going to wear it. I'm just saying you're not going to see it again.
Yeah, sure. Watch my picks, and this is how you know, ladies and gentlemen, you always should listen to the picks that I give you because it is honestly the best picks on this desk. Going into the grand finals, obviously, without a doubt, one of the most consistent performing PUBG teams, ever. Yeah, I mean, because, let's just be real here. There wasn't a whole lot of them at the beginning. Now we've developed into a much larger, grander league.
I like how you say we, like you're on the team.
So, hey, whenever they're ready, hit me up, Reggie. I'm ready to be
You
a
act like
brand
you're already
ambassador.
on the team.
Yeah, exactly. So, my first pick, TSM, obviously, that goes without saying. That needs to be done as a true TSM
Goes without
fan.
saying, but you still had to
It
say all
needed to
that.
be said. It needed to be done. Now, the second pick that I'm going to go with is actually going to be the team right below them in Global Esports Exit. So that's the team that I feel like, although yes, they're a little bit more of a wild card, they did perform pretty consistently across both days of competition in their semifinal standings, basically, right, to get them to the finals. And on our third team that I'm going to pick, it's going to be the first place team, obviously Lazarus. These guys performed well both days going into their thing. They've actually been performing well the entire tournament long, so I'm not too surprised there. And lastly, I'm going to be going with OGN Entis Ace. Unfortunately speaking, PUBG is very big in Korea.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, OGN Entis Ace is going to be my fourth and final pick going into this because, some teams, they're just good on both maps or just in general. OGN, they're good on one map in particular, and they usually tend to win.
Who were your first 2 picks again?
I said TSM.
Okay. Well,
and GEX. TSM and GEX. If you even needed to ask me why I'm picking TSM,
I don't need to ask you. I just wanted to know which one.
TSM.
I would hate to interrupt your picks, James, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my hands off my phone, and I'm going to just say that I have the same picks as K-Ted.
Seriously? Okay,
What?
well.
Anyone can pick up my phone, look at what I have, and that's what's there.
All right, so I'm
just in a different order.
Hey, Colton, I respect that because then you guys both can't wear the crown at the same time. So I respect it.
No, but he has different Dota teams, I think.
Oh,
He might. Let's see. Well, James. And then in that case, so Colton, we don't need to go to you. James, you're up.
All right, so I have a little bit different picks. I also have TSM in my top 4.
Brother.
And
That's
then
right.
the
Respect.
rest of these picks I watched PUBG. Well, I watched Derek Carr, the quarterback for the Oakland Raiders, play PUBG. Because he's my man. Derek Carr, hit me up if you want to play PUBG sometime.
Does he keep
You're my
missing?
favorite. Hey, I hope he sees this because then he will roast you.
Sorry, Raiders fans, it's true.
No, don't say sorry to Raiders fans. You just say sorry to Derek Carr.
Oh.
He will find you and he will kill you. But anyway, the rest of these picks, I kind of knew I needed to be different and just not listen to everything that I watched and I read about. So my next pick is gonna be because I love Latin American teams and I love Brazilian teams. So I'm gonna go with W-Click, my second pick. And then my next pick is gonna be a little surprising, but it's only because I saw their 15 kill streak that they had, that one win where they had 15 kills. And that's Genesis.
Very
and
nice
I think they're catching fire, it seems to me, at the right point. And they actually finished 3rd in their group. So it's not even like they're way out of it. In the overall standings, they're not way up there, but they're definitely catching fire. So I feel like this is one of those teams that just get on a roll.
That's a respectable pick.
Yeah, respectable.
And then my last one, mostly because I saw them play and I thought they played very well, and I also love their name. It's gonna be for Angry Men.
Yeah,
Alright.
great name. I almost picked them just purely based on their name.
Yeah, their tag also 4 a.m. too.
4 a.m.
Time I would like a time I stay up till, so I apologize for that.
So I'll quickly I'll go over why I picked my teams because it's different than what K-Tad said. It's less of what teams I picked, but just why. All of these teams that I picked, the same teams that K-Tad picked, I personally picked them because they're consistent, and this is a 12-round finals, meaning that they play 12 different games, and it's based on the score off of every single round. They don't drop any rounds. Nothing gets, so everything has to come down to consistency and how long you can play well. And so each of these teams, to me, seem like they were able to show through their stats that they're a consistent team. Not necessarily the best team, but they're the consistent team.
All right, so
I tell you what, Colton, in the interest of having parity, I will take away my global esports exit,
All right.
and I will switch that because I have NA Pride. I will switch that to Temple Storm.
Oh, wow.
Just
I
for
was
you.
waiting for a phase team.
Yeah, no. I want to still win, Colton. Jeez.
He wants the NA to win. Actually, you know what? On social media too. Remember how we did this for League of Legends group stage or our picks in general? We'll make up our picks, our picks,
our names. Yeah,
our
we'll
names
make
for
names.
our
We'll make
picks.
names.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's go into my picks at least, and this has to do basically with me compiling everything. And yes, I wrote it on these 3 pieces of paper, and it's a lot of
By
notes.
the way, it's available on the 3rd place team for a website of the year, which is Wikipedia.
Oh God, leave me alone! I don't like scrolling up and down. Jesus, I don't like scrolling
So
up
you
and
like
down.
flipping pages?
I guess he does.
He's very
Unreal.
old-fashioned.
All right.
Yes.
You know what? Fine, don't need my picks then. No, okay. I win automatically now.
I mean,
so-
I'll give you phase.
We'll all give you. We'll
All
give
right.
you phase multiplied by 4.
All right. All right. My first pick is actually going to be TSM as well, just because of the way they played in the group stage and the semis as well. First place, 63 points in Group B, and then semifinals getting actually consistent points in their 2 matches, 54 and 32 points, totaling 86, getting them 4th place in their rank. So I'm going to take TSM to start. My next pick actually has to do with momentum. Now, this team started off 14th place in their group in Group A, but had to fight their way back. Elimination round got 2nd place with 71 points, and in the semifinals got 5th place with 82 points. I am taking GEX just for the fact that they are on a hot streak, and I like the way they're playing right now. And in my 3rd pick, I am actually going to take QM Gaming, just the way they came back as well. 15th place in groups with only 17 points, but you look at the way they play in eliminations and semis. They know when their backs are against the wall, they play well. And they had 71 points in their 2nd match in the semis, which totaled their elimination round score too, and a total of 97 in the semifinals as well. I am taking QMG just for that reason, because they're on that hot streak as well. And my last pick I'm sorry?
Yeah, that's 3. Okay, go.
All right, my last and final pick, and this has nothing to do against the fact that I mean I don't want to pick 2 NA teams and all that, but actually my last pick is going to be VC Gaming, just on the basis that they're pretty consistent as well. And even though they got 9th place in groups, they were barely on the cusp, but then they come out of eliminations in 1st place and semis in 6th place. I think they have what it takes to come bring this back here. And 5 out of the 8 teams from the eliminations are in the 16 teams that have come out, so that's a great number for them. So I think VC Gaming has what it takes to bring it out, and I'm going to go with parity as well, because you know what? If I want to win this crown, I got to be different. So TSM and GAX may be the same, but I'm going QMG and VCG as my parity picks.
Alrighty. Okay. So that wraps up our PUBG picks. So to quickly go into the second half of this, because we did have like a tiebreaker set with the Dota 2 Chengdu Major. Basically, we're all gonna just say 2 teams right off the bat. Let's not even go into why we think they're gonna win. Let's just call out predictions.
Go for it.
Yeah, and basically, if one of those 2 teams wins the entire tournament, it's worth 10 points for the whole thing, all right? So my 2 teams, I'm just going to start us off.
Go ahead.
I'm going to pick Invictus Gaming, and I'm going to pick Alliance.
Wow.
And that's my 2 teams.
Hold on, you're picking 2 of the teams that are in the bottom bracket right now?
Yes.
Wow.
It would have just been really funny if he picked IG and IG lost.
Yeah, because IG just played. For those that don't know, IG was playing Fnatic while we were here, and IG would win 2-1. James.
Okay. I'm going to go with VG Gaming for my first pick. And my second pick, shout out to my boy, Jeremy Lin. This is actually his team. I'm going to go with J Storm, Brother J Storm.
Oh, okay. He finally went with the team with his name.
Let's go.
All right, and Colton.
I'm going to pick the opposite of the upper bracket as James. I'm going to go TNC Predator and EG.
All right, and then my picks, I am going to also take TNC Predator, but just for parity's sake, I am going to take Team Liquid. Just for the fact
NA hopeful.
with the NA hopeful that we can finally win something NA worthy So yeah, those are our picks. So we are all set up against social media. You can check. You know what? I'm going to change the schedule on our social media page a little. I'm going to start posting it tomorrow. I'm going to post it tomorrow so that everybody has a chance starting tomorrow. So we are going to put our picks in, and when we come back, everyone's favorite time, Uncle Jay getting his phone ready. He's getting our story time ready. And when we come back, we hear the story. Monkey business last week. What is it this week? We'll be right back right here on CBS Sports Radio.
University of Hawaii basketball season is back. Rainbow Warrior and Rainbow Wahine basketball tickets are now on sale and available to fans to customize around your time and budget. Season tickets and individual game tickets can all be purchased by visiting hawaiiathletics.com or calling 944-BOWS. Be a part of the excitement in the Stan Sheriff Center this season for action-packed Rainbow Warrior and Rainbow Wahine hoops as both teams look to reclaim their Big West championships. We'll see you at the arena.
A powerful threat calls for a greater response.
Not tomorrow. Not in a few years.
But right now.
Some battles must be faced together. Cancer fighters stand up to cancer every day, and you can be part of this battle too.
Visit standuptocancer.org to learn more.
Together, we can save lives.
Rainbow Wahine basketball is on CBS Sports Radio. Head coach Laura Beeman returns for her 8th season as the team looks to build on last season's second-place finish in the Big West and WNIT appearance. Listen to Rainbow Wahine games right here on CBS Sports Radio with Dave Kawada and Tiff Wells bringing you the action. Brought to you by Finance Factors, Spectrum Business, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, Young's Fish Market, Fisher Hawaii, and the Hawaii Pacific Health Bone and Joint Centers at Palimomi and Straub.
Wet Okole's annual holiday sale is happening now. Hawaii's premier source for top quality seat covers is holding its holiday mega sale with huge discounts on in-stock and pre-ordered custom seat covers. Enjoy great deals on accessories, rear seat storage units, and more at Wet Okole's annual mega sale. It's the perfect gift for the friend who loves their car or truck. Wet Okole, 1727 Dillingham Boulevard. Don't miss out on these great prices. Sale ends on December 23rd. Not valid online or through a manufacturer. Restrictions apply.
Can't get enough Hawaii volleyball? Sports Travel Hawaii presents the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball pregame show. Join Josh Pacheco before every home match as he brings you match previews, special guests, the Big West scoreboard, and more. It's a full hour live from the Stan Sheriff Center concourse.
When you feel like Vegas, there's just one place to stay. Grab a drink at the Holo Holo Bar. There's just one place to play. We got a fresh, hot look, a new sports book. We got those local meals, just like Auntie cooks. Aloha spoken here.
Complete 4 and 5 night packages starting from $699. Vacation to Hawaii, our favorite connection to Vegas.
Cheer on the Rainbow Warriors and the Rainbow Wahine all season long with a special edition 2019-2020 poster calendar. They're available for free at all 12 AT&T Oahu locations. While you're there, ask how you can purchase one of their most popular smartphones and get a second one for free. This exclusive poster calendar is also available at Jumbo Hawaii stores in downtown Stadium Mall. Be sure to try their brand new Vanilla Blue Sky Smoothie. Go Rainbow Warriors. Go Rainbow Wahine.
From the ILH to the OIA, whether it's Division 1 or Division 2, no one covers high school sports like HawaiiPrepWorld.com. Check out Hawaii Prep World for the latest scores, rankings, features, videos, photo galleries, recruiting, and much more. Featuring expert analysis and stories by Paul Honda, Jason Kaneshiro, Nick Ambramo, Billy Hall, and more of Hawaii's best prep sports reporters. You'll find it all at HawaiiPrepWorld.com, powered by the Honolulu Star Advertiser.
Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is proud to bring you high school football on CBS Sports Radio. Every week, we'll bring you the best teams and matchups from around the state, culminating with the HHSAA State Championships, presented by Shopo. Also brought to you by Straub Medical Center, Hawaii Iron Workers Union, Lean 2 Financial, Castle Resorts and Hotels, Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, Hawaii Building and Construction Trade Council, PAXA, Hardware Hawaii, and IBEW Local 1186.
This is Squad Up, presented by PC Gamers on CBS Sports Radio.
Colton, you get a second chance at this.
Leave me alone. I'm just not going to do it.
Hey! Welcome back here
we got it
to
to
Squad
fly
Up on CBS Sports Radio, AM 1500, ESPN HNL on Twitch, or ESPN underscore HNL on Twitch, and CBSSportsHawaii.com, and the free Sideline Hawaii app. And for those that don't know, Colton didn't clap the last time that song was on, so we gave him a second chance, and it finally worked. And now, everybody's favorite time, Uncle Jay, story time, please.
How's it, everybody, brothers and sisters, all across the airwaves? Today, I bring to you a story of illegality. Ooh. All right, so today's...
Wait, so it went from monkey business last week to...
Yeah, we're getting dark.
Well, we had robo-doping, which I thought was...
Which we thought was
illegal.
illegal.
But it's very,
illegal
very
part,
like,
but it's not.
I don't know, I want to say like white collar crime because it's not really drugs, but it's like, you know.
All right, continue.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the hashtag for today's story time
Hashtag
is
of the
going
week?
to be hashtag border out of order.
Oh, no. I don't like this.
Wait. I thought. Wait, does it have something to do with borders or borders? Books,
Yes,
or,
yes, it does. So, how many of you watch Rainbow Six?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all kind of watch it. Yeah.
Play Rainbow Six?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not very good
Better
at it.
than
I will
Keegan,
admit.
yes.
Not hard.
99.9% of the population could say they're better than me at most games anyway. So continue.
All right. So, somewhere over the rainbow, there was an event called ESL Poland, which was a Rainbow Six event. And at this event, this is very like spicy. At this event, pro players, obviously, there's things you have to do to get to events sometimes. One of them is to get like a work visa to go to different countries. So in this case, some of the players at ESL had problems with Japanese customs. And so basically what they were told to do was, in order to get through without the proper work visa, which you need, right, was they were told to lie to border officials. And no, they're not lying about playing Rainbow Six, by the way. They weren't like, oh, we're not here to play Rainbow Six, we're here to play Civ 6, you know?
That wouldn't help them anymore.
In your dreams.
Nobody would lie about that, first of all.
Yeah.
But anyways.
You wouldn't hear that anyways.
Hey. I mean, you're not wrong. It's called Civ 6 because there's literally 6 of us play that game. But anyway, so ESL had actually instructed these players to lie to Japanese border security agents to avoid the visa issue. So the visa issue was they didn't have work visas. So what they did was they just lied, and they just said that, oh, we're here to watch the event. Like, we're just here to enjoy the event. When actually, they were players in the event. So I'm wondering if any of these, like, customs agents or, like, these border agents were just like, seems suspicious, but we'll let you through, and then went to watch the event. And then they were like, ha!
He's on the stage!
He's on the stage! This is not allowed.
What if in the middle of the event they just pull them off the stage?
I mean,
that would have made way bigger headlines, I feel.
Oh.
If customs agents all of a sudden stormed an esports event and just deported people mid-event, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I think some of the interesting things from the story too is that like some teams didn't get to have their players there because they have integrity and didn't lie to border agents. So like it was kind of confusing just because like some teams got their players there and some teams didn't, which is kind of unfair. But hey, when the border's out of order, what are you gonna do? So, today's hashtag, border out of order.
And that hashtag of the week brought to you by Brother J. Border out of order. You can win a free day pass on us if you tag us in a story time post you think is worthy, or if you DM us that article as well, you can win a free day pass to PC Gamers Hawaii as well on any of our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SquadUpHI. We are running out of time because we've only had an hour and we used up 58 minutes of it. Let's go around. One thing you're looking forward to this weekend, K-Tad, real fast.
TSM, PUBG Global Champs.
Brother J.
Raiders beating the Jets. Let's go.
Wow, that's a bold prediction.
I'm excited to see who's gonna wear, or if we have a loser's hat.
We do.
We do?
So
we do.
I'm excited for that to happen.
Come back next week.
Next week, yeah.
Come back next week.
We know how to tease radio things.
Just come back to watch Keegan wear it.
You're very confident in that, aren't you? Jeez.
Well, I'm confident. I'm not confident in winning. I'm just confident.
This isn't San Francisco versus Shanghai in the GOATs comp. Relax.
I mean, you said he was confident, but he definitely stuttered through that whole thing.
Ooh.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Ow.
I've got 30 seconds left to go. By the way, my thing is not actually going to be having to do anything with esports. My thing is this Saturday, Hawaii versus San Diego State football.
Hey.
They are playing for a spot in the Mountain West Division. So gamers, I urge you, go out to watch this game at Aloha Stadium this coming Saturday, 6 o'clock p.m. You do not want to miss that.
Let's go Warriors.
Let's go.
That is
Vols.
asking a lot, man, for gamers to get out of their room.
You know what? If this, for the one time it is, not even the Army game, it's this game you want to go to. So gamers, I urge you, please go out to that Aloha Stadium game. And that will do it for us here. This has been Squad Up. Check us out next week, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on CBS Sports Radio. Take care, everybody.
Can't get enough Hawaii volleyball? Sports Travel Hawaii presents the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball pregame show. Join Josh Pacheco before every home match as he brings you match previews, special guests, the Big West scoreboard, and more. It's a full hour live from the Stan Sheriff Center concourse.
Your radio home for high school sports. CBS Sports Radio. KHKA Honolulu. AM 1500.